Hello everyone and welcome back to the next episode of our Planet Zoo Sandbox adventure. Today we are creating an African cheetah habitat, one of my personal favorite animals that I have unfortunately never had the opportunity to work with. And I actually wasn't quite sure how I wanted this exhibit habitat to look because there aren't really that many references as, well, at least not outside of literal sanctuaries in Africa, because cheetahs are not very common in zoos, at least not within America, as they are very, despite what Planet Zoo says they are breed easily in captivity. That is so far from the truth. That is not true at all. Cheetahs are a pain in the butt to breed within captivity because they're very picky about their mates, and even artificial insemination and stuff doesn't work I won't say 9 times out of 10. I don't know the actual statistics, but it's very, one, risky surgery, two, it's just doesn't often work, and then a lot of it has to do with how timid cheetahs are. They are just, for a big cat, they're not, I don't think they're actually technically classified as a big cat. They are very, very shy animals and very anxious, which is actually why a lot of zoos that do keep cheetahs give them little service dogs. I know one zoo, I think Columbus Zoo does it, and I think there's a few other zoos that do that. But like I said, they aren't common within zoos for the reason of, one, they're a pain to keep, two, they're to breed them is not easy. And yeah, cheetahs, we want to breed them because at some point within recent history, cheetahs underwent a drastic genetic bottleneck event, which, I'm going to be honest with you, it doesn't really look good for the cheetah species as a whole, as they have such little genetic diversity that it would not be that difficult for something to wipe out. Like, it's not a pretty, I'm trying to think of how to put this in the kindest way possible. I love, like I said, cheetahs are some of my favorite animals, but because of the lack of genetic diversity within the species, there needs to be some, like, major changes. What they're trying to do right now is to bring back genetic diversity, but it's a very long process, and because cheetahs are such a pain to breed in captivity, it doesn't seem like it's going to be, I'm not going to say viable, because we have come back from worse. Look at the scimitar horned oryx, the black-footed ferret, which I believe there was just a bunch of black-footed ferrets born in some zoos, which is awesome. I'm not 100% sure on that, so I'm not going to quote what zoos, and they're not even on exhibit there anyway, but yeah. So I didn't really have a frame of reference, especially since most zoos that do have these animals, they also use, most of the habitats include a run for lures to show off the cheetah's speed, which is really awesome enrichment. But since that's not a feature in the game, I really didn't feel like it was something that I should include, because it would have just been a waste of space for a feature that, well, that isn't a feature. But yeah, cheetahs are really cool. They, I think, are one of the few big cats that they can't retract their claws, because they're constantly like since they move so fast and they need to move so quickly, their claws actually act like cleats, and their tail is their rudder. And I don't know, the more I've learned about cheetahs over the years, the more I really want to work with them, just because they seem really cool. But since there's so few zoos that house them, it's not something that I'll ever be able to do, personally. But those of you out there, you're lucky. Well guys, that was our cheetah habitat. And I personally think it came out really good. And we're going to do a quick showcase of like what it looks like coming up upon it in the outside before we head in. What our guests see, our first look through. Broken glass, which that needs to be repaired. Got Cheetah over there that kind of looks like it's about to pounce on a keeper, but you know, I'm sure they'll be fine. And if we just get through the swarm of guests, we got our lovely little information board here and our talking area. And we loop around. There's a lot of viewing areas here, which I really like. And since the glass is one way, there will be no worries about, hopefully, fingers crossed, about any issues with them and people seeing them, because cheetahs are oh so very shy. And if we keep going around, oh my gosh, why do I always forget about the grass? Oh well, we'll deal with it at some point. I don't know why the paths don't block grass from growing. And this is the edge. And let's hop on in. Oh, we hopped right on in. So yeah, this is what we've done with the place. I wasn't sure if I wanted to go down a bit, and I think I'm really glad that I did. It just gives a much better overview of the habitat than being set on the same level. So that's probably a feature that I will be using more often. I like how it's not like looking into a pit like you are here, which gives you a really good overview. It doesn't give you like the scale of the animals all that well. Like if you look over here and you see the giraffes there, far away you don't really get the scale of how massive giraffe are. Because trust me, they're massive. Their feet can be 12 inches across. And they can decapitate a lion with a single kick. But, so, I really enjoy the gentle slope leading down. It just gives it a bit more depth. And then it's just a nice plains area. I did include the little pathways between the major points of interest, which I will show you once I go higher up. I will just let them move around a bit, because we do like our cheetahs to move. Up there playing with a blood pumpkin. I am going to be having issues on that front, but just to get a better view of our cheetahs doing their cheetah things. They are just such beautiful animals, and I adore them. They are, like I said, I would love to work with cheetahs one day, but alas, I don't think it'll ever happen. But I love their little tear marks and stuff. I don't know. Cheetahs are awesome. But yeah, I also like how I put the baobab tree lower in the ground. I don't know, I think it would be really cool if the cheetahs could climb up that. I don't know how well cheetahs do on climbing in general, but... And then we've got, I forgot about their cave. We've got their little cave over here. I'm not the happiest about the roof, and I should have probably made it a bit higher, but it'll do. It's not horrible. And yeah, I really enjoy it. It doesn't make any sense as to how these rocks are floating, but you know what? Game logic. Excuse me, sir. 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 What are you doing? Is she really in that tunnel right now? I apologize. She was sleeping until I started recording this outro. But yeah, let's do a quick overview. Hopefully she'll stop moving in a minute. And yeah, you can see the pathing that I did with the soil. I've done it in a few habitats and I haven't done it in others. I just think it gives it a lot more realistic look, because animals will tend to follow the same paths all the time. Like you can see it in zoos all the time, where animals have made their trails and whatnot. Not that they'll actually use them in the game, but I just think it's a feature. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me tonight. I don't know when you're watching this video, but thank you so much for hanging out with me. I greatly appreciate it. And if you enjoyed my content, hit that subscribe and like button. I greatly appreciate it. And as a reminder, I do record those time lapses over on Twitch if you'd like to check that out. The link will be in the description below. And yeah, guys, hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day / week / whenever you watch this video. And I will see you all next time. Bye!